Sheffield United took points again off Arsenal, this time a 1-1 draw at the Emirates, with Mikel Arteta left frustrated. United's fight back was convincing.
It was deserving. You know, I look at these two sides, and certainly what we've seen so far this season and then what we saw today. What's the difference between Arsenal and Sheffield United? I mean, forget the history and forget the money, but on the field of play, what's the difference between these two sides? I really don't see an awful lot. You know, Arsenal for me edge it because they have Lacazette. Okay, Aubameyang didn't play today, but they had Lacazette today, they had Pepe today. Martinelli's a good prospect, but that's about it. The rest of Arsenal is the same, if not quite as good as what Sheffield United bring. You know, Oliver Norwood in the middle of the park would walk into this Arsenal team. I mean, Lundstrom, what he does, I would play him before I'd play Xhaka. I mean, from the goalkeeper, through the back four, through the middle of the park, they're every bit as good as Arsenal. It's just that quality up front that Sheffield United don't have that stops them going to another level.
Which is, of course, extremely expensive.
Exactly.
But that United team, I mean, that's the measure of them, isn't it? That Sheffield United team, you look at those players, and a lot of them, other teams will have their eyes on now.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about them is the way Wilder has them is they're focusing on themselves. They don't look at the opposition. They don't concern themselves with what the opposition's doing. They know what they're good at. They've got a plan. The way they play, you know, the thing with the centre backs going and overlapping runs, the reason it all works is because they're so well organised and they know exactly what the job is at any given time. That's what Chris Wilder has brought to this team. You know, individually, there's far more talented players around the Premier League individually than some of the guys they have. But as a unit, as a team, they're way better than the majority of the teams in the Premier League. I mean, how long have we been criticising Arsenal? Not just now that Arteta's there, but in previous years about how disorganised they are, how there's no stomach in the middle of the park. These are all the things that Sheffield United have that surprise everybody.
It's almost a blueprint for what Arteta has to bring to Arsenal, isn't it? I mean, are you confident, first of all, that he's got a grip of that? And what do you think he's made of his first few weeks in charge?
I mean, he's still going through the process of, you know, who has to stay here and who has to go and who can I have around that'll do a good job and have the right mentality. That's what he has to do right now. Listen, as far as talent's concerned, he's got some talented players, but he doesn't have enough talent to get them further than where they really are for me. You know, they ain't challenging the top four with this squad. I don't care how good Arteta is. When you have players on the field that can't get it done, and actually a lot of them are not capable of getting it done where Arsenal need to go, that's the tough part of the job he has. Coaching's the easy bit. You know, your X's and your O's and trying to convince people about what they should be doing is actually the easiest part. It's sitting on the side, watching them not doing it. That's the hard part.
There's not a lot of distance between a lot of sides outside the top 4 or 5 places in the Premier League. How far, or what is the limit for this Sheffield United team in the remainder of their maiden season back in the Premier League?
Listen, if they end up in the top 10, they've done a remarkable job. I certainly didn't think they would stay up. I thought they were one of the candidates for relegation, but they've shown that it's not all about talent. It's not all about going out and buying the best players. Sometimes it's about good old-fashioned organisation, grit and determination, and a little bit of quality at the right time.
So it's not just a difficult place to go. Sheffield United, they're able to travel to the capital and leave their mark on Arsenal, who have a lot of work still to go under Mikel Arteta. But great news for Chris Wilder's team, who continue to surprise all and sundry in the Premier League.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.